What does it take to be a good shepherd? We're going to talk today to someone who got it right, and we're also going to talk to someone who got it very wrong with disastrous results. She lost her sheep, she lost her sanity, and she lost her way of life. And she doesn't even notice that the wool is being pulled over her eyes. Of course, I'm talking about Little Bo Peep. Our show, we're in her house today.
Without crying, now I want to understand. I have done all that I could to see the evil and the good. Without hiding, you must help me if you can. Doctor, my eyes.
You can't go on the internet, look at a newspaper, or open a magazine without seeing a story about Little Bo Peep and her sad situation. Unless you've been in a coma or you live in a small town without high-speed internet, here's how the story broke on the news stations across the country. Good evening. Our top story tonight, Bo Peep, no sheep. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. We go live to the site of the disappearance with our livestock reporter, Beef Wellington. Beef, are you there? Have they been able to determine what happened to the sheep? No, Lloyd, they have not. Little Bo Peep's neighbor, Little Boy Blue, the first one to blow the horn on this whole story, he thinks the sheep are out in the meadow. But his account is under scrutiny, as he also said his cow was in the pen, but it now has been determined it was actually in the corn. Investigators have also talked to Farmer McDonald, who lives just down the road, as it is known that on his farm he has a sheep. But other than a baba here and a baba there was certainly not a baba everywhere, which would seem to indicate that the sheep are not at his farm. Beef, has foul play been considered an option for this event? Yes, Lloyd, 3 suspects have been brought in for questioning, a master, a dame, and the little boy who lives down the lane, as it was found that each of them had a big bag of wool at their house. However, they were released after questioning, as it was determined that the bags contained black wool and not white, which is what Little Bo Peep's sheep were. Also, Lloyd, this just in, CNN is reporting that an extreme animal activist group named Ba Ram U is claiming responsibility for this incident. And they're reporting that the U.S. is considering sending troops across the border to help with the search for these animals of mass wool production. Thank you for that report, Peep. We've also just received... Well, you can imagine the week that this young lady has had. We are in the home here of Little Bo Peep. Please welcome her to the show. Welcome here. Thank you for coming. Forgive me, Miss Peep, but I think I'm just going to get right at it here. I think if you break it down into the root of your problem here, it's a broken relationship. How well do you think your sheep know you, Miss Peep?
Well, I don't know. I'm with them every day, and I tell them what to do.
But I think we need to be getting real here, Miss Peep. Isn't that right, everyone? We need to get real with ourselves. You didn't provide them with a safe place. You say you care about them, but you didn't go after the ones who went astray. Miss Peep, your voice is saying you care about them, but your actions are proving otherwise. And then you're hanging out with that big bad wolf. What's up with that? You know? That's not being real with them. They didn't trust you. You lost their trust, okay? You didn't have their best interests in mind, and I believe that's why they left you, Miss Peep. We'll come back and talk some more after these messages. This is ET Canada, Canada's only and therefore most watched entertainment news show. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep, and ET Canada's cameras have the pictures to prove it. The empty pen, the missing sheep, and the shepherdess under duress. Bad news for Bo Peep, good news for us. Because now we can focus on her until someone else's life spirals out of control. ET Canada, your news for entertainment news. Welcome back. We're still here with Miss Peep, and we're trying to help her get her relationship back together with her sheep. Miss Peep, I do have to ask you, do you want to try and reestablish the relationship with your sheep that have gone astray?
Yes, I do. I just don't know where to start.
Well, I think I can help you out with that. My next guest is someone who's done this right. She knows how to get sheep to follow her. Please welcome Mary to the show. Welcome, Mary.
Thank
you for coming and helping us out here today.
Well, it's great to be here.
Now, I understand, Mary, that you have yourself a little lamb. Is that correct?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, just a beautiful little thing. Fleece as white as snow.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, as I understand it, Mary, everywhere you go, this little guy is sure to follow. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've never lost this guy. You've never lost him anywhere, wherever you've gone. What's your secret? What happens?
Well, it's really simple. He trusts me and knows where I am, and when he hears my voice calling, he knows he can follow, and he knows I won't lead him into danger.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Mary. Very good. So how does Bo Peep now get her sheep back? How does she reestablish that relationship?
Well, my experience with sheep is, I mean, they just don't do well in the wild on their own.
Right, yeah.
And I guess if you leave them alone, they'll come home, probably wagging their tails behind them, and
be happy to see her, I would think.
Very happy, yes. And then it's a matter of building that trust again, building that relationship.
Yeah, starting from the ground up. That's
Pretty
right.
much, yeah.
Well, thank you, Mary, for your help today. We really appreciate you coming down and helping Miss Bo Peep and all of us out with your advice on this. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to look into the lives of 3 blind mice, and we're going to see how they run. That's tomorrow on the show. Until then, stay real, everyone.